there's more to life than what people are posting on social media, and it's helpful when you see your own feed and it's all happy because it will remind you of all the good things in your life. That's not always the best thing for when other people are looking in at it. So yeah, just be mindful of that. Even me, who shares lots of the personal stuff, will sometimes be sharing more positive stuff even when other stuff is going on. So you don't know the whole story, and just don't compare your life to someone else's highlight reel. Hey guys, I've been wanting to make a video for a long time because so much has been going on, but I haven't made a video because so much has been going on. July was honestly a really up and down month for me, mainly to do with treatment. I go to appointments twice a week and most of them have a lot of tears, but of course I haven't really been sharing this on my Instagram like I usually would in the past. And that's because I want to be sharing from a place of more resolution, and it's kind of hard when you're like in the thick of it. So I've just been sharing other inspirational captions that I think of in moments of clarity. And though there's nothing wrong with that, I know that every time that I'm vulnerable, it does help some of you guys. So I do want to keep doing that. And I also realize that some of the stuff I'm going through is a little bit more long-term, and I don't want to just shut you guys out completely, because I feel a lot better when I'm open and sharing and knowing that someone is getting possibly a message that they need, or even just knowing that they're not alone. I want to apologize for like taking a couple days off from posting and that. I just felt like I needed to focus on relationships in person and on my recovery, and I talk so much in person with like professionals about everything that it's kind of hard to write out all the captions and share as much as I can with you guys. That's not too much. So yeah, I just needed a couple days to sit back with it, but I want to come back and I want to be on video a lot more, and I'll actually have the time for this. Because as you know, in my last video, I was really excited about going to yoga teacher training, possibly on like the 20th of June or something, but obviously that didn't happen because I didn't quite meet the weight requirement of gaining like 5 more pounds before I could go. I think the problem was that I waited a little bit too long with wanting to gain the weight slower and be getting stronger, that when I only had 2 weeks, it was really hard to do that, and the lab work couldn't improve that quickly. So yeah, I wasn't able to do that, and I was really, really upset about it because I was so ready to go. But I guess sometimes rejection is redirection, and I will find a yoga teacher training in the right time that will be right for me. But here's a clip from when I found out. Current situation is I needed to gain at least a pound this week in order to be allowed to go to yoga teacher training, and I didn't gain yet, and it's been like only 4 days, and I maintained, which isn't like the worst thing ever, but in order to go to yoga teacher training I need to gain at least that pound to have my arm measurement go up a little bit. So in 3 days I got to gain a pound, so pray for me. It's not that bad. It's realistic. I can do this, and we will see what happens. I am not gonna let this fucking slide. This literally tastes like cherry pie, like no joke. Whatever natural flavors they put in here. Yes, please. I almost shared during that time, but I thought it'd be good to sit with those feelings and think I'm in a better space to be talking about it now. As even after that, I found one that was on the 18th of August, and I was kind of shooting for that. And this weekend I tried really, really hard to put on weight, even though it would have had to have been a lot quicker than I was comfortable with, because I want to get on with my life, and pretty soon I'm also going to be with a different treatment center, but either way I still have to be meeting those expectations before I can ever go to yoga teacher training. So I just wanted to get on with it and go to this one that I was really excited about, and I can't really seem to find very many in September yet. So yeah, I pushed really hard this weekend and went off a meal plan completely, and had the support of a boyfriend who is a bodybuilder, so eats pretty much every 2 hours, which is helpful. And I was very free with food, which I have not done in a really long time. Like, I don't remember when I was last like not on a meal plan and not tracking really. And have gained weight, but of course, I think I might have a little bit, but mainly maintaining. So I don't think I can make it to the yoga teacher training if that's super soon, but I think by going slower, I will be able to be in a really good spot and trusting my intake, and then have a couple weeks to be more free with food. And I know I can do that now that I had these couple of days. I had a lot of things that I never thought I would have again, and I didn't even feel bad in the moment because I was distracted and I was feeling good about things, and you just don't have time to like be bloated and think about all those other things. So yeah, I was glad that I didn't get stuck in my head about things, because in the past, such as before being admitted to hospital, I would get up and be really, really hungry, and then I just like could not have a snack at night because I thought it was me failing or doing something wrong by eating late at night. But in reality, your body needs food when it needs food. Otherwise, you are probably just like not doing very good to it. I basically went into the weekend knowing that if I would be off a meal plan and having fun with food, if I did gain weight, then I could possibly make it to that yoga teacher training, and if not, then why should I be afraid of it? But for whatever reason, it's still pretty hard afterwards, and I'm like, oh, it was for nothing. But I know that's not true, because it was really good that I was able to do these things and not have a second thought about it, not get stuck in any of that, and that will help me later on for yoga teacher training as well, and for life in general. It definitely bothers me that I feel the need to be on like a meal plan or tracking my food and stuff, but in reality that does help a lot right now. Otherwise I would overestimate and probably not make it to the goal that I need to be getting to in order to have the best possible health, to be teaching yoga and be in a good mental space to help others to do the same. So I'm being patient with myself and being as compassionate as I can, and pretty soon I will get on to doing more things. And in this meantime, I do have an announcement, but you will have to watch the next video for that, and I will see you there. Can't wait.